affront has been performed. Guards react with weapons drawn for bloodshed. Some liaise, but others scorn. Striking true, but calm heads must prevail. A search sees literature again. Quench behavior unexplained. Greg reveals his power, sire.
Slay the beast, then bathe in the demon.
Lizards spring to life, all dice of desire.
This is absolutely exquisite and perfect for what I need. Quint takes the pillowcase off and stuffs it in his belt or pocket or whatever that is.
You're keeping the pillow. You're keeping the pillowcase.
Keeping the pillowcase, yeah.
Amazing.
Oh, listeners,
When you described it as,
you never know.
when you described it as smelling like flowers, what type of flower? Floral flowers or Quinch's desired flower?
The flower one would find growing with petals and the such, not the white flower that he so nearly clearly wants. So in the room, there's also four large wardrobes, one against each wall, and above the door is a long sword, and at the foot of the bed is an unlocked wooden chest.
I'd like to look in the chest.
Dweezil follows.
Dived on that, did he?
Dweezil says to Quinch, he realises remembers that Dabov is in the room, and he kind of addresses this to Dabov, and just explains to Dabov. He says that the reason Quinch and I came to Nightstone was because we believed that Lady Nandar would pay a ransom for anybody who rid the town of the goblin problem. Now, obviously, Lady Nandar is in no fit state to pay a ransom, so forgive what my friend and I are about to do. Please do not think of us as bad men. We only search for what would rightfully be ours.
Quinch opens the panty drawer. No, kidding.
I would like to just reply, seems fair if you're promised payment and you've done the job. All I ask is if there is some sort of nobility crest or identifier. I would quite like that if there is one.
Absolutely, my friend. You were instrumental in ridding the town of goblins as much as Quinch was.
Then we have a deal.
Crow says, "Well, that's not very much."
Quinch grabs the long sword, but Quinch will speak. I'm going to grab this long sword, not for myself, but I think someone else may be able to use it, for I am so happy with the hay shit.
That also came up so naturally in the story, just like this sword.
Not the only sword that's going to come up naturally.
Oh God! Search the chest, Quinch.
The wooden chest.
Yeah, the wooden chest.
Yes, right.
Yeah. Don't go back downstairs.
No.
No.
Right. Yeah. Quinch looks in the chest.
So you've opened the chest, yeah?
Yes.
As you open the chest, the longsword that is in your hand surprises you and manages to escape your grasp, flying into the air. And it's at this point you realise this is no ordinary sword. This is a marksman. No, this is a flying sword. As you have opened,
shame I'm not keeping it.
As you open the chest, it basically flies out of your hand and means to attack you. So please, if you would join me in rolling initiative.
We're fighting a sword.
Rolling initiative against a fucking embodied sword.
I mean, I'm just reading trashy novels downstairs. I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, I'm outside of the room. I'm still outside in the hallway. Do you want me to roll?
No, just the guys inside for the time being.
Okay.
I mean, if they call you in, you can always go in. You might even hear a ruckus and decide to go in, but...
Let's see how it goes.
So we have initiative. Dweezil is up first, followed by Quinch, followed by the swine floored, and then Dabov.
I mean, it seems unreasonable for Dweezil to attack the sword in any kind of meaningful way. I feel like Dweezil is going to have to, grapple it, but
You're going to grapple a sword?
I know because obviously that I'm grabbing hold of a very sharp thing, but similarly, I'm not convinced that, perhaps casting Vicious Mockery on it is going to have the required
You
effect.
big shiny bastard.
So, I feel like I should have probably cast Detect Magic before we open the chest. I suppose I'm going to have to attack the bloody sword, aren't I? I attack the sword with my rapier.
Dweezil, can I just say, you look like you're about to attack the sword. Is that sensible? Because this is probably made of metal from the feel of it. I haven't licked it or anything, but I think it's metal.
I'm going to attack it. Well, what else do you suggest I do, Quinch? And with that, I start air fencing against the sword. Yeah. So that happened.
Do you want to share with?
That's certainly a number.
Do you want to share with the group what number it was?
It's a good one. If some would say it's the best number. It's in many people's lists, it's very much number one on the list.
Is it the loneliest number?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So you attack the. What would you attack with? What's your
I
weapon of
attacked
choice?
with my rapier.
Your rapier.
With my sword.
Yeah, your sword on sword action is this is a sword. It knows what it's doing. It manages to just easily parry your pathetic attempt to hit it. I've never seen a sword laugh, but it did this time.
I'm also really surprised that no one made a joke at sword on sword action. But I'm impressed, guys.
I'm not attacking a fucking flying sword. How high is the sword off the ground?
Oh, it's like head height. It's it's obviously flittering and fluttering and moving around.
Whose head height? Quinch's head height or Daboff's head height?
All of you at the same time.
All right, bloody hell! It is a magic sword.
Is it on the diagonal?
No, it's just hovering up and down, isn't it?
Makes sense.
Is the bed a poster bed? Is that what they call it?
It didn't say, so I'm assuming not. But I would think.
No,
probably.
I think you're right. I don't think it is. Quinch hops up onto the bed and jumps onto the sword to try and pin it down. Yeah, he's jumping onto a sword.
Brilliant.
Krill doesn't see what's happening, but he feels a sense of something's going very right.
Okay. Can you let's go for can you roll me a dexterity, please?
Right, let's go for it. Oh, 20 total.
20 total. Yeah, we run 7. So I'm going to say that you do manage to trap it, but obviously this is a sharp object, so you are going to take some damage in doing so. And I'm going to what's its thing? It's 1d8 plus 1.
Excuse fucking me.
You just jumped on a sword, mate.
I don't know how the fuck this
I
is
jumped
happening.
on a sword and got hurt. What's happened here?
He
As long
jumped
as
on
I'm
the
fucking
hill. It's fine.
Incapacitating it.
Actually, yeah, let's roll. What's your AC? 15.
My correct AC is 15. Yeah, now that I've done up my armor.
All right. I'll tell you what. I'll treat it as essentially an attack roll, which doesn't succeed. So you don't take any damage. You're fortunate enough to manage to land on it, armor down this time.
Right, Quinch has landed on it. Can someone get manned up here? This is a bit fucked up.
Mend,
Mend, whatever
So,
the fuck he wants to
Have
be
you
called.
grappled it? Is that the end of combat now?
it's sort of let's say combat's paused.
Can I pin it down with the immovable rod? Just put it on top and then activate
Oh,
it.
you could, yeah.
Just so it can't
on
move.
top of Quinch. Put it
You
on
put it
top
on the-
of Quinn.
Well, yeah. No, like see if I can maneuver the rod between Quinch and the sword.
Let's sleight of hand check, please.
Slight-
I'm
me.
honestly happy for you to put it
Yeah.
on top of Quinn.
If he misses, this is going to hurt.
Sleight of hand. That is fucking hell. You're gonna think I'm faking this, but natural 20.
It succeeds. You with your tiny little hands, you manage to find a suitable space and gap between a giant dragonborn purebred and a flying sword and the floor, and manage just to get the rod just perfectly in betwixt the two, trapping the sword perfectly on the ground, and I assume hitting the button and
Locking it in place.
yeah.
Well done, shrunken one. Dweezil, do we look in the chest or do we ask Mendable about the flying fucking sword thing?
Let's look in the chest.
Let's look in the chest.
Dweezil will go and peer inside the chest.
Okay. You open up the chest. Well, you've obviously already opened it, but you managed to take a better look inside now that there's not a flying sword distracting you. You notice... let's go for an investigation check first, actually.
Okay. That's marginally better. That is 7.
You find a velvet sack containing 180 silver pieces.
Excellent.
And a silvery jewellery box.
A silvery jewellery box.
Yeah, let's call it a silver jewellery box, and let's just presume that I just missaid silvery instead of silver.
Yeah.
Worth 25 gold pieces.
What Oh, Dweezil, is that a velvet sack? What colour is it?
What colour is the sack?
It's mauve.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, like the logo for popular podcasts.
Anything else?
Yes, there is a silk pouch containing 4 gemstones.
Are they all different colours?
I've got
They're all
dibs.
brown.
Oh.
They're all... What?
They're all brown
they're all
gemstones.
the poo gem.
Quinch, Dweezil, like, you know I obviously want the gemstones, right? I don't even give a shit about the rest of that stuff. I'll just take the gemstones.
Quinch, you'll take nothing yet. This will be divided fairly.
They're all worth approximately 100 gold pieces each.
Okay.
I'm for just one.
And you also find 3 beautiful gold necklaces.
Excellent. And what's the value on those?
250 gold pieces each.
250 GP each. And they're like really fine jewellery, yeah?
Yeah.
How feminine are the necklaces? Like, are they stereotypically feminine, or are they something that a man could get away with?
Bearing in mind you found them at the foot of a bed of a noble woman, I would imagine very feminine.
Right. But Dweezil could get away. Dweezil would carry it off, wouldn't he?
Yeah, it sounds like you're carrying all of it off.
Yeah, cool. Is that everything that Dweezil sees within the chest?
Yeah, that's all you find.
Okay. Dweezil says to Daboff and Quinch, there is plenty of treasure here to compensate us for our time, friends. Plenty of treasure. You will not be disappointed. And he closes the lid of the chest.
Sorry, did he not get anything out of the chest?
Yeah, I took everything out.
Oh, you've taken it all. Sorry, right.
Yeah.
Are you?
I just left it in there.
Are you hoping that closing the chest will deactivate the sword? Is that your thinking?
Yeah.
Yeah, you close the chest, but as far as you can tell, the sword is still struggling to get at you.
Yeah, we're gonna have to deal with that because I want that rod back at some point.
Yeah.
Krill has no
Can
idea
someone
what's
just
going
get-
on in the room and sort of peeks in, sees the sword wiggling, sticks his head around the corner, and is like, "This is all very, very strange." And then he just sort of pulls the door shut slightly.
Quinch walks downstairs to get Mandible.
Okay, you're going downstairs to meet Mendel.
Mandible, yeah.
Okay.
Mendel.
At this point, all the other two guards have regained consciousness.
Mendel, you've explained the shit to them, right?
Yeah, they're fine. I mean, they're not fine, but, this is all a bit weird.
Yeah, I know the finger thing really sort of took things into overdrive, didn't it? Anyway, we've got a Wrigley sword up here. Can you come and help us with it?
I'd love the sword. What did you do?
Quinch walks back upstairs.
Excuse me. I'm
Yeah,
talking
come
to
up
you.
here. That's it. Come up here.
He's got half an ankle,
Quinch is-
mate. You might need a hand.
Quinch is now running upstairs and has run back into the room and is standing behind Dweezil. Barbarian he may be, brave he may not be.
Those famous cowardly barbarians. Hey,
Fucking love that.
dragon. Scaly boy. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's in here. The sword's wriggling around. Told you
What
it wasn't
happens?
lying.
Why
Well-
is the sword attacking you?
I picked it up. Pretty innocent. We were looking in this room, which I believe is probably Nandar's sort of pastry room or some such. Looking for the flower. Couldn't find it, but we did find. I suppose, yeah, we just found the sword, really. Dweezil, do you want me to say if we found anything else?
Gentlemen,
Can you roll? No. Quinch, can you please roll me a deception check?
Shit. Oh dear. 3.
I don't believe you. This sword has never done that. The only time that sword ever comes alive is if someone opens that chest.
This chest.
I would like to
This
ask him
chest
how he
here?
knows that, and sort of give him a knowing look, as if to say, "You've looked in that chest, haven't you? We're equals. You're no better than us."
Listen, I'm a guard here. Do you not think I know about all the safety measures? Do you think I'd be stupid enough to open a chest when there's a flying sword in here?
Well,
What
was
we
it flying
need
when
to
it was
know-
shut?
What we need to know is how we can make use of the flying sword. How can we unlink the flying sword from the chest so that it may be useful to us?
I'm not going to sell you that.
When I say us,
Listen,
I mean
listen,
us.
you.
I am including you. We are friends. I'm thinking
Friends?
flying sword, help us get over the bridge, my friend.
At this stage, we're basically hostages.
No, oh no, no.
You've come in here. You've desecrated Our Lady's corpse. You've now gone into her bedroom and you're rooting around in her stuff. You've attacked us.
May I suggest that if you thought you were hostages, you probably could have left when most of us were either upstairs or in the library.
We can't leave. The bridge is out, you dumb piece of shit.
Which is why we need the flying sword to help us to get over the bridge. There are too many of us to get over the way that we came over, which was by using the incredible acrobatic skills and also Dabov's immovable rod. Now, we cannot use Dabov's immovable rod because it is holding the sword. So that is problem number 1, my good friend Mendel. Problem number 2 is easily solved if we are able to repurpose the flying sword to help us to ferry us using a system of ropes over the broken bridge. And your help, your assistance with this would be much appreciated. Thank you.
Krill says, I interrupt. You talk about the bridge thing. You didn't mention Krill really strong, and he threw the little man. It was a big part of us getting over the bridge, and you forgot about that. But it happened. Krill very strong, very strong. Don't forget, Krill is
Also, while
strong.
this conversation is going on, can Greg Hamel also just come flying into the room on his broomstick?
Well, I was going to that. Can you roll me a persuasion check, please?
Yeah. That's
Oh, I thought you meant me persuading him that I'm in fact very strong.
17.
17. Mendel is not happy with any of this. Mendel is very much annoyed at the whole situation, but he understands that he's in no, barring fighting to the death, he's got no real choice in the matter but to sort of help you reluctantly. He doesn't believe your story. He doesn't believe that any of this is truth. He's seen Gregomel flying around, but he is unfortunately a victim of his own circumstance, and he and his comrades are going to help you, but it's an uneasy alliance, and he turns to you and goes, I don't like any of this, but I don't like being trapped here. I don't want to die here. So, tell you what, clever man.
Yes.
I said man, not dragon.
I'm half man.
Which half? Not the half I can see. Listen here.
Certainly fucking not dragonborn or far more endowed than that.
I'll help you. But I don't like you.
I like you.
I'm talking to your pointy-eared friend here.
Sorry.
Oh, racist shame. How do we stop the sword? How do we make the sword do our bidding, Mendel?
Actually, I've got an idea here. And with that, Greg's gonna pull out the copy of Twilight that he just got downstairs, go over to the sword, and he's gonna smack it onto the end, a bit like a cork on the end of like a sharp knife to cover up the pointy bit.
Okay. What do we do with this information?
It wasn't
No,
a
it's
first
weird.
edition.
It's weird. They didn't say anything in here about what happens if you take slightly copyrighted novels and slam them on the end of a flying sword. Let us tell you what, Greg. Can I have a sleight of hand check, please, as you attempt to do this?
You can. I mean, it's not my strongest suit.
And I'm also going to ask for it as disadvantage because this sword is technically trapped on the floor. So for you to do this successfully is quite impressive.
He's hoping you fail.
Surely
so
that
skip
would
this
be
fiasco.
with advantage.
Let's even it out. I'm going disadvantage just because of the angle that you'd need to try and do this would not necessarily be in your best efforts. But let's just even it out then. Let's just call it straight. You managed to get it on, so the end of the sword is definitely blunt. I mean, this is not completely de-weaponized it because it's obviously got sharp sides, so it still could slash at you.
Right, we should also
but
mention
you
it was a 13, just to point that out.
Sorry, it's a 13. But you do manage to get the book on the end, so it can't at least stab anybody at this point.
There you go. It's nice and blunted.
What a I wonder if anyone else plays Storm King's Thunder and anything like this has ever happened to them.
I don't know. How many hours are we in by now? They've probably fought like 15 giants by now, most folk. We're still at this castle.
Probably.
So,
There's a lot of people that don't even... Tell you what, there's a lot of people that don't even run Nightstone. I wonder why.
Gregomel, that's wonderful, but it solves a problem that's already been solved. The sword in its current position cannot do us any harm, thanks to Dabov's wonderful rod.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
No, you could take the rod off and it can't poke anyone. The prickly end is all salty.
Okay.
it's still a risk, though, isn't it?
Let's all leave the room except for you, Gregomel. Dabov can show you how to deactivate the rod, and we can see what happens.
I'm pretty sure I could outrun it on my broomstick. Get on smug.
Why don't...
Quicker than the real dragons, you know.
Krill says, the guard was telling us how to stop it. Let's go back to that.
I just ruined the first edition. Oh wait, no, it wasn't the first edition. We've covered this. No, never mind.
I'll be honest, I don't know how to stop it because no one's ever been stupid enough to activate it.
Why don't we put it in the chest and leave it there?
Will it fit in the chest? Is the chest large enough?
It is. I mean, it's a small construct. I mean, it's the size of a longsword. I think I said. I don't know how long a longsword. I mean, it's probably a squeeze. I mean, this was not a particularly large. I don't think it was a particularly large chest at the end of the bed. Let's have a look what it says about that. Unlocked wooden chest. I would say that the chest is too small, personally.
Right.
Fuck it, let's just leave this dickhead sword in this room.
Oh, cool, and my rod as well, yeah?
Well, take the rod and then we'll all just run out. Or probably we'll all run out first, leave you in the room, you grab the rod, bish bash bosh.
Can
done.
Krill
Could we-
make an attack against the sword?
Actually, yeah, why don't we
Yeah,
just
could
attack
we all-
the fuck out of it? It's pinned down.
Yeah.
Yeah, why don't we destroy
Krill's
the
just
sword
getting
while
well
it's under the
for...
rod?
Oh, finally, someone talk some fucking sense. I've just been sitting here the whole time.
Krill's going to overhead swing his axe and just try and...
Wait, before we do this, let's try and think of some more stupid scenarios first.
Stop telling Krill to
what's
wait!
the-
And then he
This-
picks up his axe and swings it.
This is like that bit in Simpsons where they just never get to the fucking firework factory. Like, you know, in the Poochie episode, and Milhouse is just crying. That's my inner child right now. It's just, when are we going to get to the fucking fireworks factory?
Krill is swinging!
What's
Right,
the durability of weapons then?
I really hope an axe
for-
is less than a sword.
For those that so anyone but Quinch, Dabov, and Dweezil, can you please roll your initiative, please? The last one up was who went last? It was Greg jumped on it. Not Greg, sorry, Quinch.
Yeah.
So it's the flying sword's turn, which clearly can't do anything. So Dabov, you can attack first.
Cool.
I mean, this is going to be exhilarating for the fans to
Yeah.
listen to. Just basically, five people beat up a sword,
And, excuse me, an incapacitated sword.
a sword that can't defend itself, and we're just waiting for you. Just
It's like a
completely
reverse
kill it.
blacksmith at this point. We're basically reforging it into rubble. I'm going to just attack it with my rapier, I guess. Do I get stealth attack?
Yeah,
'Cause
go
it's
you're both going to get. You're going to get advantage anyway because it's very much.
well, it's next to something it might be engaged in combat with.
A few moments later.
Oh, God, what a fight that was.
That may be the most epic thing I have ever witnessed.
Oh my goodness, the sword! What a fight! A fight for the ages.
I can't believe Krill lost an entire arm.
And found another sword in some hay that happened to be in here.
I can't believe Quidge died.
So then, as Greg puts in the final blow to the flying sword, Mendel just says, "Right now, you've had your fun. Can we just get out of here, please?"
There are more rooms to check. And with that, Krill turns around and inward or outward, open a door, please.
Was Quinch handed a gemstone from Dweezil earlier, or is Dweezil still in possession of it?
Dweezil's got hold of everything.
Krill's lifted his foot up. He's waiting to know whether that door is inward or outward. He's balancing on one leg, just waiting.
It's inward
I can't remember if...
from your so as in inward to the room.
Cool, boot.
Why do you want to boot everything so much? Weird character trait. So you boot in this door. I'm not even gonna make you do a strength check on it because it's been damaged from the other side. So this door's a little bit damaged as well. And you see basically the entire side of this southeast tower is gone. You know, it's basically the upper floor from downstairs where there was plenty of rubble. A boulder's come crashing through here, destroyed everything, and ultimately there's just nothing.
Is it worth me doing an investigation?
You can, but you'll find nothing.
Let's do it anyway.
Go for it.
5.
You find gravity.
As I fall down, I quickly run back up the stairs to where I was.
Dweezil,
Quinch.
Could I have one of the gemstones, please?
No, you can't.
Why not?
Because Quinch, this needs to be done properly. It will be done in good time, and it will be done properly.
You know how I collect gemstones.
I do know how you collect gemstones.
Yes.
I do know how you collect gemstones, but this is not the time or the place to talk about collecting. With that, Dweezil literally just cuts Quinch off like a child, and Dweezil just goes and has a little look under the bed just to see if there's anything knocking around in this room, other than the chest.
Investigation check.
Of course.
It's just as I quite like it.
Quinch, look out of the window. There's a giant flying thing.
Quinch runs to the window.
To which Dweezil rolls an 18. No,
18.
Sorry, a 13. Oh.
You find 3 dust bunnies.
Yeah.
Quinch doesn't see the flying thing.
Oh, good.
What was it? Was it an eagle? You know I like eagles.
Yes, it was an eagle.
Fuck.
An eagle carrying a gemstone.
Oh, sweet fuck.
Right. Dweezil's happy that there's nothing further in the room. Just on a quick look around, there's nothing in the way of any kind of crest or anything. Anything that the tiny man would be interested
anything
in.
that would identify that it's come from a lady of royalty.
Just around the room, maybe on the walls,
bedside
any
tables
kind
or
of
something.
crest, heraldry or.
No, there's nothing of any particular note. There's nothing that signifies her crest or anything like that.
What sort of condition? What's the conditions is the sword in? Can I take like the hilt or something, or the handle?
The flying
now that we
sword.
smashed it to pieces.
Did you miss the epic battle where it was crumbled to dust?
Oh yeah, I forgot Greg set it on fire. That was it.
Yeah.
Definitely happened.
It's a completely damaged sword. It will not do you any good in any sort of battle. But if you wish to take it for junk, ultimately it is a magic. It is a magic sword of sorts.
Yeah. Has it got any
a magic construct? Let's put it that way. It's not strictly speaking a sword. It's just something that's sword shaped. Really.
Has it got any like fancy artwork on it or anything, or is it just a plain like metal sword?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it was hanging above the doorway of the lady's room. So it was supposed to be there as an ornament essentially. So it wasn't supposed to stand out. So the hilt is very ornate. It's a silver pummel. Is that what they call it?
I'll just take the most ornate part that is easily carryable.
Yeah. Okay, so it's still on the floor. You sort of put your foot down on the blade and sort of just manage to break off the hilt. So you've just got that part of it. So it's silver. It's part silver, part gold.
Yep, I'll take that.
Do in this bottom southwest corner of the tower, there doesn't. I say to Mendel, there doesn't appear to be a door. Where is the door for this tower, Mendel?
Crew says, I think that's the upstairs of the library.
The orc speaks true. It's the library.
It's a tall room, isn't it? Yes.
Aye.
Oh, aye.
Dabov asks what's
is.
further upstairs. I see there's some more stairs to the south.
The stairs, that's just to the roof.
I know this is presumably a well-defended place, judging by the moat and the bridge and everything. Do you have anything in the way of like cannons or anything like that, or specifically gunpowder that I could siphon
Crew
a bit
says,
off of?
you talk too much. Let's look for ourselves. And then goes upstairs.
Could have just asked him. Save my legs.
Yeah. Mendel just turns to you and says, "Let the big guy go. There's nothing. It's not. We're nicely cut off here, but we don't need cannons. We don't need gunpowder. Until yesterday, we've pretty much been left alone. It's not a lot of danger around here, but there's nothing of what you're talking about."
Sort of makes you wonder that maybe you should have got attacked once in a while, and then you might have been better. Yes. What?
Cannons are super effective against flying boulders, I've heard.
Yeah.
Is it you're a gnome, right?
I am, yeah.
Yeah. The gnome street speaks true. What are you going to do against flying boulders?
See them coming?
With a cannon?
Right. Okay. We saw them coming. We can't move a keep.
Do you not have a basement?
No.
Fair enough.
Krill thinks this is all very weird and carries on up the stairs.
Yeah, Dweezil's following Krill up the stairs.
So you managed
Quinch is
to
following Dweezil.
You managed to climb up to the rooftop, and you see very little actually. You obviously from up here, you're quite a way up high because obviously you're on this hill anyway. So from where you are now, you can see out quite a way across the rest of the town. You can see across to the windmill and everywhere else that you've been. There's a wooden flagpole with a flag flying high still. They haven't had time to lower it in honour of the death of the lady.
What's on the flag?
It's a stylized head of a golden fox with a rose clenched in its teeth on a purple background.
I whistle loudly and clearly, and I shout, gnome friend, we have something you might be interested in."
Yep. Krill is breaking down the flagpole with his axe.
How thoughtful of you. Yeah, I'll come upstairs and see what's going on.
Okay, I won't break down the flagpole. I'll just pull the flag down.
Well, how what's the length of the flagpole?
30 foot.
And how big's the gap in the bridge?
Good thinking.
15 foot.
There we go.
Krill is back to chopping.
Yep, go for it. But I want the flag.
Sorry, can we all just take a minute here, like meta game for a second? MJ just did something useful in the game. Like he didn't lick a rock. He didn't sniff a pillowcase. He didn't put his finger inside a corpse's mouth. He actually went, do you know what? There's an item there that might be useful in some capacity, and I think that it's time that I up my game. MJ, I salute you.
Can we give him inspiration?
MJ, yes, I'm gonna give you an inspiration point for that.
Wow,
Whoa.
thank you.
Imagine if MJ knew what inspiration was. Imagine how much it'd mean to him if he understood how that game mechanic worked.
Oh, what? Yeah. When I choose to get advantage on any roll, mate.
All right.
If I got inspiration for that, just wait till you see what I got planned for the pillowcase.
Oh, he's gonna fill it full of gemstones and use it as a weapon.
Prison style. I like it.
Yeah, so I'll start a chopping.
You with your axe? Yeah. I mean, I could go through the mechanics. I could make you roll a strength check to see if you do it. But you've got your time. Time is on your side, and you manage to do so eventually. With the pole coming down, allowing Dabov to. Are you going to take
I'll fold the flag up and just tuck it away in my backpack.
Okay. And now you've got the lovely, unenviable task of taking a 30-foot pole, trying to get that down.
We'll just lower it over the side.
Yeah.
I say, Quinch, go downstairs and catch.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
When you say catch, you could probably just lower it down and let it rest against the wall. But I'll go down.
Krill launches it like a javelin in Quinch's direction. No. He sort of he slides it down what would be the... I don't know why you're that far away. He sort of lowers it slowly down, and then he catches it Yeah.
Can I have a dexterity check from both of you, please?
I mean, would it have hurt just to have dropped it? It's just a plank of wood.
Stop metagaming. We've done it. Let's deal with the
If the
consequences.
Chuckle Brothers want to do this, let the Chuckle Brothers do this.
Oh God, we're the Chuckle Brothers, aren't we?
Yep.
Fuck.
To me, the chuckle bulbs.
Right, so I roll to me, to you, to me, to you.
You're absolutely going to roll a 2 now, aren't you?
Yeah. No, it was a 14.
Cool. I'm glad that I'm the one at the bottom.
Quinch, what happened?
I've rolled a critical miss.
Okay, so Quinch is not used to this. He's a barbarian. He's not used to working as a pair. In although he's got Dweezil with him, Dweezil's his mouth. He's not necessarily someone that they don't fight alongside each other, so to speak. They're not a team in terms of that sort of thing. So he's not used to this. Krill manages to successfully feed the pole down, but it's a bit too tall, and eventually has to sort of let go and hope that Quinch grabs it. Quinch,
Krill, this is a much bigger pole than I was expecting.
Quinch, not really understanding what's going on, goes to catch it like this with the hands sort of in front of his face. But unfortunately, the wooden pole's a little bit too heavy for him, and a little bit too. He's not expecting it, and he takes 1 HP damage as it smacks into his face, bloodying his nose.
Fair. From hero to zero.
You know what you should have done, Mike? Use your inspiration there to have advantage.
Guys, do you mind if before we
Nope.
set out, do you mind if we have a little rest?
Thank you for joining us on our adventures. Please subscribe and leave a review on whichever platform you listen to podcasts through. You can also find us on Instagram and Twitter at Dyson Desire, where we share behind the scenes bits and bobs, and we'd love to interact with you there.